Let's learn trade together. Real example reading series. Trade cards are honest, and they tell us the truest information in their own unique way. When you sense the energy of the trade cards and understand the language of the trade cards, you will understand what they are saying. The trade cards that appear in this video are Queen of Swords, the World, Strength, Five of Wands, Justice. Now the first case. The main elements of this case are this. This popular Italian region is imposing restrictions on tourists. The autonomous region of Alto Adige has introduced a limit on overnight visitors, capping numbers to 2019 levels and imposing a ban on any new accommodation openings. Arnold Schuler, who is responsible for tourism in the province, said, "We reached the limit of our resources. We had problems with traffic, and the residents have difficulty finding places to live. They want to guarantee the quality of life for locals and tourists, which has been growing harder over the past decade." In 2022, the region had 34 million overnight stays. The tourism sector is very important for us jobs and the economy, but we had reached the limit. So we took these measures to guarantee a better management of the flow of people, and to guarantee lodging for tourists. The law, which was enacted in September 2022, prevents anyone opening a new lodging, including an Airbnb, or adding more rooms without seeking permission from their local authority. Now let's look specifically at what these trade cards are saying. The first trade card that appears is Queen of Swords. What does this card tell us? We see the Queen on the card, holding a sword in her hand and making decisions very seriously. In this case, Queen of Swords is telling us a decision. What is the decision? That is the decision made by the local tourism department of the autonomous region of Alto Adige to better manage tourists and guarantee their accommodation. That's what Queen of Swords wants to tell us. The second trade card that appears is the World. This card is the Great Arcana card. The energy is very influential. So what is it expressing here? We see that this card has a circular garland on it, with no beginning and no end. It is a cycle. Combined with the content of the case, the region experienced an overload of tourist receptions, and new laws were enacted to limit the number of overnight visitors to the level of 2019 under the new law. So, this card is telling us that the autonomous region of Alto Adige is back to a new beginning, as if going through a lab to relimit the number of people to 2019 levels. As we read on, the third card that appears is Strength. What does this card say? The woman on the card is taming a lion. So, who does the woman represent in this case? Who does the lion represent? Local tourism chiefs say they want to guarantee a quality of life for locals and tourists, which has become increasingly difficult over the past decade. So it's easy for us to get the answer. The local tourism department represents this woman. The tourists represent the lion. Just as a woman tames the lion, the local tourism department has been trying to ensure the quality of life for locals and tourists. So what is the result? We can conclude that the local tourism sector guarantees the quality of life for locals and tourists by designating new laws. That's what Strength card wants to send us. The next trade cards that appear are Five of Wands and Justice. Let's first analyze Five of Wands, which has a lot of people on it, each of them holding a scepter in his hand. And it looks like they are fighting and competing. So, what does this card mean in this case? In 2022, the region had 34 million overnight stays. We reached the limit of our resources. We had problems with traffic, and the residents have difficulty finding places to live, said the person in charge of the new law in the region. So the Five of Wands here is telling us the reason for making the law, which is that the number of overnight tourists is too large, and the regional resources have reached the limit. So what does the justice say? It is very clear that in September 2022, a new law was enacted that prevents anyone opening a new lodging, including an Airbnb or adding more rooms, without seeking permission from their local authority. This justice corresponds to the first Queen of Swords, who made the decision to enact new laws that guarantee the quality of life for locals and tourists alike. See, truest cards never lie. It tells us the truest information in its way, which is a big reason why I love truest. When you sense the energy of the truest cards and understand the language of the truest cards, you will understand what they are saying and what they are telling you. Well, this issue of truest learning content is all over. If you have any views or ideas about truest card reading, welcome to leave a message and comment. If you are also a truest lover, subscribe to my channel. Learn truest with me and discover the mysteries of truest from real cases. See you next time.